Story 1. This story happened 2 years ago, but the more I think about it, the stranger it gets. I live in a serene area. My street was always silent. It was kind of creepy, but I loved living there since I had never had an issue with anyone before. My house was small. It was a flat. It had a little front yard with a driveway and a huge backyard that led straight into the woods. I lived alone, and sometimes it felt quiet, so I decided that my backyard was large enough to get a dog. I went to the pound, and a lady named Christina showed me all of the dogs who didn't have homes. We were walking past the cages when I came across a German Shepherd. It wasn't barking. He just laid there. I asked her about the dog, and she told me his name was Kyoto, and he was friendly, and in about 2 days he was going to be put down. His light brown eyes met mine. He had mangy fur, and he was big and rough. The lady asked me what I thought about Kyoto, and I wanted to adopt him. I signed the paper and put Kyoto in the passenger seat in my black truck. He sat down and behaved. I drove to the supermarket to buy dog food. I put the passenger's window halfway down so Kyoto had air, then headed into the store. As I was walking through the dog food section, I noticed a scruffy, dirty old man standing at the end of the aisle just blankly staring at me. I felt awkward, so I asked him if he needed something, but he didn't reply. I exhaled loudly, saying okay. While looking back at the bags of kibble, I chose one and threw it over my shoulder, then continued walking. I finished shopping and headed up to the checkout. As I waited, I looked around, bored when I noticed the man behind me. I didn't make eye contact, I just turned to look at the front of the shop again. Then the lady at the till called out next. I stepped forward, putting the items down on the bench. As she scanned them, I felt a shiver run down my spine. It was a feeling that the old man was glaring at me. I quickly paid for my stuff and left. As I reached my truck, Kyoto was sitting in the front seat still. I threw my things in the back of the truck and jumped into the driver's seat. I locked the doors and plugged my keys into the ignition, hearing the engine start. Kyoto started growling and slobbering. His head rotated all around the windows. As I was about to drive off, I heard a loud bang on the passenger's window. My head spun to see what it was. Kyoto got louder, now barking. I saw the horrific sight of the scruffy old man. My eyes met his. I had never felt such an uncomfortable, eerie feeling before as his dark, cold eyes glanced into mine. I put the car in drive and left the parking lot. My eyes consistently shifted to the revision mirror, fearing that the man was chasing me. But there was no sign of him. Kyoto had calmed down. I arrived home and everything was all right. I still had fear in my heart that Kyoto would bark throughout the night, but luckily he didn't. I never saw that man again, and I was glad. Be safe out there and always watch your surroundings.